Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Texas Hockey Podcast with a little bit of an emergency edition of the show, as we talked about a whole bunch last episode. That man, there's no news in the preseason. This is boring, and we got some. But I am here with my co-host Travis Tyler. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, man, some shocking news, I guess, and we need the alarm soundbite to go off for
Yes,
one of these
very
shows.
much
Yeah,
so. If you've been living under a rock in Stars world for the last day, you may not know. But General Manager Jim Nill had a statement today regarding the captain Jamie Benn. I'll read that statement directly. Statement from Jim Nill. Dallas Stars General Manager Jim Nill announced today that Captain Jamie Benn will undergo surgery for a collapsed lung. He was diagnosed with the injury late in the third period of Tuesday's preseason game against Minnesota. Ben is expected to make a full recovery and will be reevaluated in 4 weeks' time. What a bombshell of news for the Stars to hit, coming off of a win at home. It was an overtime win, correct? Last night
yep.
against the Wild.
Both, both preseason
Uh,
games at home went to overtime.
yes,
Luckily
and
tonight,
you were at the game. You were with the Stars after the game. Was there a vibe that there was, or any type of inkling that there was something wrong just yet? Because this news kind of hit me kind of suddenly this morning.
not that I noticed that night after he wasn't we didn't see him at practice yesterday. There was something that was like, oh, he might have been dragging a little along with something.
Yeah,
And then when we were at practice today, that's when the press release went out and everything hit, and we are like, "Oh, well, it's worse than we thought." Because
yeah,
we'll talk a little bit on this later, but you watch the play and nothing really stands out to anything being a big hit. But then a couple
yeah,
shifts later, you see him coming off the ice, struggling to make it to the bench. So
yeah.
something happened, and
Uh,
it was just real awkward situation, I guess. I mean, I've never heard of
yeah,
it happening before,
no. And even Nill was asked, "Is this something you've seen
at least
before?"
in
The answer is
hockey.
very, yeah, in hockey,
Yeah.
no. This is an awkward injury, and you're referencing a video that Sam Nestler tweeted, which he believes to be the only hit that Jamie took during the third. There might be something sneaky that we're not seeing, but it really was the only meaningful
Mm.
contact, and I wouldn't even call it a hit. We're really having a hard time narrowing down exactly when this happened, but there's no real big, oh yep, he's hurt there. There's not that happened in
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mystery at the moment.
You do
But
also see a little bit during one of his next couple shifts, he's taken not I can barely call them shots, but there's contact to pretty much the same area.
yeah.
That may have
Uh,
made it a little bit worse, who knows? But
yeah, it
it
it it
it's
almost gives me the vibe that it
nothing
wasn't
ground shaking.
necessarily one big hit. Maybe it was just he was getting hit in a weird spot and something was just moving slightly wrong, and
There was
and
no
we have this freak accident.
earth-shattering,
None.
total knockout type of hit. I mean,
Yeah.
the hit that Matt Duchene took from, I can't even remember who it was, Tyler Pitlick, I think it was.
Mhm.
That one was much more egregious than anything Jamie Benn
Yeah.
took.
But to kind of touch on the timeline, Jim Nill, and we'll play the conference from Mr. Nill shortly. We're looking at 4 weeks before he's reevaluated, before they're saying he's allowed to get on the ice. I don't foresee from the news we've gotten, don't expect him to play in 4 weeks. I think it's going to be a gradual recovery after
When
then.
Yeah, when we asked him, and you'll hear the video when we play it, we asked him about the recovery and everything. He said that 4 weeks is 4 weeks of Jamie doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
And
not allowed
then
to fly.
and
Nothing.
with the recovery time and everything like that, they're not doctors, don't ask them, is basically
Yes, exactly.
the answer that we have right now. So that's not I can't imagine that recovering from a punctured lung, collapsed lung to go play an NHL hockey game is a quick turnaround.
No, not at all. This is an injury that a normal person who works like a 9 to 5 would have trouble recovering. Yeah, and this is not only a injury that a regular person would have trouble recovering from to get back to their 9 to 5 office job. Jamie is being tasked with returning from this what sounds to be extremely painful injury and then having to come back and play in the National Hockey League is just absolutely wild. I want to cut to the Jim Nill clip. We kind of got the full press conference. Travis, you recorded this at the Jim Nill's availability. So give a video credit where it's due. Travis getting on the hustle at the Stars practice facility. But I want to play this for you guys.
In our last exhibition game against Minnesota, late in the third period, Jamie took a hit that collapsed his lung. It was determined to have surgery, which he's just doing right now. And he'll be reevaluated after 4 weeks. He can't fly for 4 weeks, but expect a full recovery.
Jim, how, in the moment, how was that concern immediate, or did that develop in like the next day or two?
Well, it was late in the game. He came to the bench, said something didn't feel right. Our trauma doctors took him and got an x-ray right away. It's in-house, and they did a great job. They found just a small hole and found it, and they took it to Parkland. That was kind of the step.
You said 4 weeks. Do you know much about that process? What happens before that? What happens after that?
Yeah, for 4 weeks he's kind of shut down. He's not allowed to travel because of the pressure, pressure in the lungs. So no air travel. They expect to be close to healing for contact after 4 weeks, and then from there we'll see what progresses.
How does that affect things as you get ready to name an opening at roster in a couple weeks?
Yeah, you deal with this all the time. That's part of the game. Players are going to get injured. You got to deal with it, and it's an opportunity for somebody else. Team's a big part of our team, but we'll be okay.
What about in terms of leadership? You've talked before about the leadership group on this team, the depth. But it sounds like you're not too concerned about who
No, I'm
step
not.
up.
No, I'm not too concerned. We got a good room. Jamie, that doesn't mean he won't be around. He'll be down in the dressing room. He'll be around still, but I'm not too worried about our in-house leadership.
Jim, if a player gets injured, he can usually at least ride the bike or lift a weight if it's upper body or lower body. After the 4 weeks, I guess what's a conditioning program? I mean, it's a month, but it's still at the start of the season. What's the conditioning element, I guess, to come back from that, because it's a long.
Yeah, I think it's 4 weeks of really nothing, healing, but I don't want to be,
Okay.
I'm not the doctor. They were in there operating, so they'll have a better idea of that. But what we were told is you should be able to start skiing pretty good, a little bit of light contact after 4 weeks. Now, does that change after the surgery? We'll see.
Just to clarify, you said, did he get taken to Parkland that night
Yes.
and then was discharged?
No, he's stayed over.
So he's been there, and
He's
then
been
of
there
course,
since
then the surgery, okay.
Yes, yeah. They wanted to monitor him just to see where it was at, so he stayed there.
One last thing for me was, you kind of looked, we were talking with Gully about this, kind of looked like your roster was sort of set. Now this opens up, at least for the short term. Does that make just another thing to be interested in the next few preseason games if somebody who might maybe make the opening night roster?
Yeah, no, it's, as I mentioned, it's opportunity.
Yeah.
It's somebody else's opportunity here, and that's why we go through these exhibition games. And I hope there's no more injuries, but if there is, you deal with it, and it's just part of the game.
Last bit of clarification, do you know if it was on his final shift or next to last shift?
Yeah, it was. I don't know his final shift or not. He just came to the bench and said it felt funny. It wasn't a big hit or anything.
Yeah.
He was turning to protect the puck, and the guy came in behind and just almost a fluke. It wasn't like a big lock hit. No, just right place, wrong place, right time.
Do you know how that works? How did he hurt his lung doing that? Is that you don't know? I have to ask the doctor how it works.
Like you got hit from behind. Was there did something rattle?
Yeah, I've never heard that happen.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Or it's weird.
So, yeah,
It's
I don't
different.
know how it happened. It would have been different. It was a hit on, a big heavy hit,
Right.
but it wasn't a major hit.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, so there's kind of a few main takeaways I have from this. It sounded like they were saying a month at first, and very much from what I'm getting from Glutzen and what I'm getting from Nill is that a month is the timeline that he is allowed to start potentially taking light contact.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about his conditioning. You can't move at all for the next 4 weeks.
Correct.
So getting back up to NHL speed is going to be a process. So expect this to be a longer timeline. But I think both Jim Nill and Glenn Glutson has some quotes as well. Everyone very much has a next man up mentality.
Yeah,
I think the Stars are going to be able to get through this. It sucks. There's no other way to put it.
I mean, this team has had to have that. They've had like obviously not a collapsed lung before, but they've had
Yeah.
major injuries to that top six, middle six. I mean, all across the board.
Everybody.
Yeah.
The last few years.
The
Everybody.
defense
The injury
too,
bug hits them bad.
Yeah. Ottinger
it's
missed a
just-
month a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Ottinger. We went to the playoffs last year without Heiskanen. Of course, from the show and from Fanatics View, we really wish the best for Jamie. That sounds like an absolute brutal recovery. Don't rush him back. He's at an age now, especially.
Well,
This is
they
not
even
something that's
said
going to
that.
heal the same way it would have at 25.
Yeah.
You know?
They even said that they're not at a point of the season where they need to rush him back. They can take
No.
their time. It sucks that it happened, but it's good that it happened in September as opposed to March or April.
Yeah. Because really the Stars are a pretty good I think it's safe to say we're probably making the playoffs. It's hard for them to drop off that much. So if you can take a time and just go, Jamie, take 2+ months off here, you have the ability to do that without killing your season.
Especially as the oldest guy on the team, get him some rest.
Yeah, Jamie, would you like to play
Early rest.
50 games instead of 82? That's what this is.
I mean, I would hope his answer is no if he's making actually getting the choice.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say it's going to be good for him because puncturing your lung is not good for you, but he's the type of player that an 82 game season is not nearly a necessity for anymore. But we're talking this next man up mentality. Travis, is there anybody that you are thinking could potentially jump into this spot, which is already positioned the Stars are not at their strongest point?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you're not looking at another top six guy coming in there. Any fans looking for that are just absolutely absurd at this point.
You're crazy. It doesn't work anymore.
What you're looking at is you're getting the bottom. You're gonna be opening up a spot for a bottom six forward for probably one of those guys that's like a borderline NHL AHL guy.
Yeah.
So you're looking at R2 Huru. You're looking at Cole Lind. You're looking at Justin Ritzkovian. You're looking at maybe even Adam Ernie, who's on a PTO, has some NHL experience. It's going to matter who they want. Well, who they want is going to matter if they want NHL experience or if they want the upside. Because when you get to these players who are fringe NHL, AHL players, and you're comparing 30 guys like late 20s, early 30s in that situation, or a guy who's still in his early 20s and has more development, you're going to take the guy in his early 20s and bet on that potential that he's going to become a better player than the older guy. So, I mean, and then you look at that group and Jamie's a left wing, so you're looking at who plays the left wing in that group. Well, there's really only two. It's Ritzkovian and it's Adam Ernie. So between those two,
Glutson did say though, expect players to flip side to side.
I
In a
mean,
perfect world, he'd have everybody moving.
That was I mean, that was in reference to something else, but it's still valid. Yeah. It's but I think if you're if I'm saying who I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be Justin Ritzkovian. I think that's the easiest one. I think while he's not like an elite goal scorer or anything, he's the type of guy that fits that role well enough on that bottom six where he has the right combination of skill and physicality that this team's looking for. I mean, he jumped right into that fight right in the first period and game on Tuesday against Minnesota, scored a goal and had an assist tonight against Minnesota. So he brings that right mentality and that right skill level. Plus, he's only 4 years old. So he fits right in as a young guy with potential to go into that spot. And I think his game is the the game that fits best in that bottom six forward spot while Jamie's out.
Yeah. I really was leaning towards Adam Ernie, but I think you just sales pitched him so well. I'm like, yeah, we can give Ernie a deal, which I think they should
I mean,
now.
yeah,
But
I think Ernie would be a good veteran fit in the Texas Stars and a possible call up.
yeah,
Um, I'm a little hesitant. I mean, he played for my Red Wings at one point, and I wasn't
yeah,
totally impressed. So there's a little hesitation from me on that. But I mean,
yeah,
he's also a very solid fourth liner, and I mean, I couldn't hate it if they decided, oh, we want the veteran NHL player in the lineup, so we're gonna go Ernie.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, there's that. Or I mean, this is way out there. This is just me throwing something out there and seeing who sticks. You know, Cross Hannis is a left wing Dallas product on a PTO. Could
yeah,
he possibly sneak in there? I don't think so, but it's worth mentioning, I think.
yeah. I think the less where I hate that I'm saying this. I think the rest of the preseason might have just gotten important for the Stars. It's an audition for one job.
Yeah,
Play
pretty
your
much.
hearts
I
out.
mean, their roster was set before Jamie got hurt, and now they got one open spot.
Yeah, and it's not in a
Well, I
month
think
is
there might be some competition for that last defense spot too,
yeah.
but this is I feel like this is a little bit more of an important one.
Oh, 100 because it's Jamie Benn. Like,
Yeah,
yes, it's
it's your
it's
captain
Jamie
too.
Benn at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end of the career. Um, the change in leadership I think is interesting because he's not
Mhm.
allowed to fly. He's not allowed to be on the road with the team essentially.
And
Um,
your first 2 games are on the road against
yeah.
Winnipeg and Colorado.
Oh,
That
yeah, that's a
that's
brutal
that's not
first
a
two.
that's something I didn't think of till just now, and now I'm like, "Wow,
Oh,
that's gonna hurt a little bit."
yeah.
You
It
kinda want your veteran captain in the locker room for those games.
yeah. Do you do you think
Maybe they bust
this
him
is what
out,
I
I don't
think.
know.
Do the Stars need someone to step up as a leader, or do you think that there's enough people there that I don't know? This feels like they'll be okay on the leadership side.
Yeah, I think there's enough community leadership with, not only the coaching staff, but you've got Duchesne there, you've got Rantanen in there, you've got
Mhm.
Liddell and Heiskanen, you've got Sagan, you've got, Robo's a pretty good leader himself, Ottinger's a pretty good leader,
Yeah,
Wyatt Johnson learned from was, Pavelski's
yeah,
player in training, whatever. I'm losing the actual term. Is
yeah.
leaving my head right now, but
His
you get what I
protege.
mean. His protege. Thank you. His protege.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, there's with as skilled as the team is, those skilled players are also very good leaders
yeah.
already.
No, and I
So
think it's a good opportunity for Glutzen to come into a team. It's his first year here and go. We don't have a captain, and Jamie is the leader. We have
mhm,
leadership by committee, but it is still Jamie's team. Glutzen can kind of come in and show that he can be a leader too. And I think it could be the opposite. And, oh no, I don't have my captain to relate, but I don't know. It could be a good opportunity for Glutzen to build a expedite the speed the relationship grows. Because hey guys, he's not here. We're in this together. It's gonna be a test out of the gate for sure. I think the start of the season just got a lot more difficult, but I think they're okay. I really do. This isn't Jamie Benn who's winning the Art Ross. Jamie Benn is a depth guy who's a great leader. That's what Jamie Benn's turned into. It's
yeah,
just a punctured lung or collapsed lung. I'm kind of seeing both terminologies used, so I don't want to say one is correct and one is not.
yeah,
It's just the most brutal thing. I can't get over that.
yeah.
It, it's
It's such a freak thing. It reminds me of in football, Frank Ragnow, the center for the Lions, was playing with a fractured throat. I
oh
was like,
oh
that was a disturbing injury to hear. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
Well, I remember
how does that
Chris
happen?"
Letang has had a hole in his heart more than once in his career.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's had, like, multiple
He's had
strokes.
strokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's just
That's
these freak injuries. But there's no reason to rush Jamie.
yeah.
I don't think there's
It
any
also
reason
means
for
we have
panic.
to wait longer for gold number 400. He's
A
still
little bit
sitting
longer.
on 399.
Oh, I forgot about that. But it's okay. He'll get it. He will get it. It just might take a little bit longer. Travis, do you have much more to say kind of on the situation going on, or is that kind of wrap it up for today?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we've covered the extent what we know of the
What there
extent
is.
of injury
Yeah.
and who the potential replacements are and what it means for the team. I mean, there's not really much I can add
Add.
on without going too far into some stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's important to kind of keep an eye on these next few games for the Stars to see what players potentially step into that role. Maybe it's by committee. Maybe we see some players really step into that role really nicely. It'll be kind of interesting to see as we head into opening night. But I want to thank everybody for listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, anything that you do on your platform. It really helps us out. And we will see you next week for the next episode. Thank you for listening.